Hey there, let's make this easy and moist fruit cake today at Garfin's Creation. This cake is super delicious and moist. You will never need another cake recipe for your Christmas this year. All the ingredients are mentioned in the description box below. To make this cake perfectly moist, all the ingredients are taken in weight. So here I have taken 90 grams of butter and 20 grams of oil. The combination of oil and butter will make the cake super moist. And here I have taken 2 large eggs which weighs about 100 grams. Next I have taken orange zest, that is 1 tablespoon. This is the outer skin of the orange that has been grated and used. This is 50 grams of finely chopped nuts like almonds, cashew nuts and walnuts. 100 grams of Maida all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon of good quality vanilla essence. 1 teaspoon of spice powder. I'll put the recipe for it in the description box below. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. And this is 100 grams of brown sugar. To make the toppings of the cake a little colorful and bright, using some nuts, berries and dried fruits. This is easily available in dry fruit shops and online too. You will find the purchase link for this below. Cutting this into smaller pieces, and the almonds and the cashew nuts I'll be slitting them into 2. We also need to add some soaked fruit peels. So I've taken 100 grams and I've just kept to drain off the excess liquid from it. This is a mix of fruit peels, tutti frutti, cherries and raisins too. The recipe on how to soak this fruit peels for Christmas plum cake is already on my channel. Do check out that video so you can soak your fruit peels well in advance too. Always make an excess and keep it in the fridge and use it any time of the year. I had soaked this last year, so I'm going to use this today, just 100 grams of it. Now let's start with the recipe. First we'll mix the dry ingredients, sieving the maida and the baking powder. Once that is sieved, I'll be adding the spice powder. Do check out the recipe for the spice powder in the description box below. This is also easily available in shops during Christmas. Just mix it well and keep it aside. And once the fruit peels are drained, into it I'll be adding that 50 grams of nuts which are finely chopped. And also be adding some flour mix into it. This will prevent the fruits and nuts from sinking below when the cake gets baked. Just the dry ingredient what we had sieved now, I'm just adding 2 teaspoons of it and giving this a nice mix. Another tip here is to get the fruit peels drained well so that it is not too very wet. We'll keep this aside and start mixing the wet ingredients. Along with the butter, I'll be adding the little oil, that is 20 grams of oil, and the 100 grams of brown sugar. If you do not have brown sugar, you can use white castor sugar as well. I will just whisk this with an electric beater for a few seconds. This cake is a dense cake, so we do not have to overbeat the cake batter. Just a few seconds and this is enough. So just scrape the bowl now once. The sugar may not get melted now, but after we have added the other ingredients, it will get melted later. Now into this, we will add the orange zest, the vanilla essence and the eggs as well. I had beaten 2 large eggs and then taken 100 grams. So now I'll just add it directly into the batter. Now we will just whisk this all once again. We will do this till all the sugar is completely melted. If you do not have an electric beater, you can also use an hand whisk to mix the cake batter. Please make a note that all the ingredients used in this recipe are at room temperature. So after whisking for a few seconds, I'll use a spatula and clean the sides of the bowl and get the batter to the center and mix it. And by now the sugar too is completely melted. Now we'll just add in the dry ingredients into it. And once more, very lightly, we'll just whisk this for a few seconds. We can also mix this now with a spatula. So now I'll just stop using the electric beater and I'll use a spatula to mix it further. We'll just mix it gently till all the flour is well mixed into the cake batter. I do have a plum cake recipe with and without eggs too on my channel, and I'll put the links too for it in the description box below. Those videos will be added at the end of this video too. Now into the batter, we just add in the mixed peel and the nuts. Just fold it gently into the cake batter. I will not be using any caramel color or brown color to make the cake dark. But if you want to make the cake darker, you can always add caramel syrup into this. Now once the cake is mixed well, we will just fill in the cake tin. You can use an 8x4 cake tin and line it with a butter paper. Grease the butter paper with some butter. This butter paper has already got butter on it, so I won't be greasing it. Just fill in the cake batter into the pan and level it well. Push the batter towards the corners too and smooth the top of the cake. And just another reminder, when you start mixing the cake batter, you need to start preheating your oven at 165 degrees for at least 10 minutes before we could put the cake tin inside it. Once you have leveled the top, just give it a few taps so that any air bubbles come out. And now you can add the colorful fruit, nuts and berries on top of the cake. This is optional and you can just add any nuts of your choice too. So now this will go in a preheated oven at 165 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. Do keep a check after 30 minutes and rotate the tray, and if you feel the top is getting brown, you can always put a silver foil and continue baking till done. This took me 45 minutes, and once out of the oven, we'll just keep it on the cooling rack for about 10 to 15 minutes. When you are able to handle this, we will just take it out from the cake pan and keep it on the cooling rack. We'll just pour in some rum over it. This is the brand of rum that I have used even for soaking the fruit peels. Just pour some of the rum over it while the cake is still warm. Once this is done, we will let the cake cool down completely at room temperature. If you wish, you can slice the cake immediately. But one great tip to make the cake extra moist and delicious is to leave it in the fridge for a day. So once the cake is fully cooled down, I'll put it back into the cake tin and cling wrap it well. We'll keep this cake in the fridge for just a day and then slice it. If you're planning to keep the cake for 1 or 2 months, you can just cling wrap it well and keep it in the freezer too. In between, you can just keep on feeding some rum over it to keep the cake even more moist. So here the next day, I got the cake out from the fridge. The cake gets even more moist and you're able to cut the cake well too. Cut the cake immediately once it's out of the fridge, and then you can serve it when it comes to room temperature. If you are in a hurry and want to serve it immediately, just microwave the cake slices for just 5 seconds and serve it. This cake tastes heavenly, especially after you've poured in that extra rum over it. It just not only gets nice and boozy but also very moist. Why just wait for Christmas? Soak your fruit peels and keep it in the fridge and make this delicious cake any time of the year. This cake is so good. I'm sure if you try it once, you'll always be making it every time. So this year, make this super delicious and easy, moist Christmas plum cake. Thanks for watching, and do leave your comments and feedbacks when you have tried this cake. I'll put all the links, so do watch all the other videos as well. I'll see you again in the next video too. Till then, take care and bye-bye.